Guys, I'm actually really excited. I I was on Twitter like this morning actually, and I was scrolling through, and I was like, oh, it's NUTLORD. Low key, NUTLORD, one of my favorite Twitter posters ever. Like, just doesn't do any memey stuff. Just like solid content on NUTLORD stuff. And I was reading through it, and he was like, oh, buffs and nerfs the characters. I'm like, all right then. And he was like Simon Richter. I was like, that's Simon Richter. I'm out of these. I'm here for it. And then I was like, I started replying because I read these, and I was like, just give him my thoughts. And then obviously I realized what a terrible, 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 terrible medium Twitter is for like responding to anything, because you only have like 200 characters, which is basically not enough for a boomer like me. I will write paragraphs about this. So I thought, well, I can make videos now. And by the way, if you're ever like, man, this guy uploads so much, this is Serenity Aaron's fault. Do not vote him for Brink 2. This is his fault. So I thought, why not? I'll go through these changes, and I'll address them to see if they actually will fix the character. I'm not sure if he'll reply to this. If you want to reply to this, let me know. But I just want to say thank you for taking the time to think of these characters, and I hope my analysis on these buffs is useful, really. So I'll just go down one by one. You can see them all in front of me. You can read it. It's just a static image. My video skills are actually atrocious. I could make so many more videos if I just knew what I was doing or how to make stuff. I basically at the moment limited to like tier lists and static images. Is Window Movies Maker any good? Who knows? But yeah, I'll just go through all the changes and just give my thoughts on them. So yeah, without further ado, first one, 2 additional hitboxes to jab 1, countering the area underneath the Belmonts, hugely expanding the attack's vertical range. I mean, jab is whatever. Obviously a buff's a buff at the end of the day. It's never really been an issue to sort of hit it. I've never really struggled with the move, but to be fair, I've never really used the move, if I'm honest. I think probably in my last 100 competitive games, I've probably jabbed like maybe once or twice in a whole game, in a whole 100 games. It's just not. It's just not a move you ever really let use. It's probably their worst move, and I'm not even counting whip dangle because obviously it's that. But apart from that, it's probably just jab. I mean, frame 5 minus 20 odd on shield in a scramble situation, you'd rather just use that B because it's frame 6 with frame 5 grounded in tangibility. So if you're mashing and in a scramble, you'd rather want the frame 5 intangibility and then the frame 6 hitbox rather than the frame 5 hitbox, which will probably clank or lose or trade. So yeah, I mean, jab buffs or whatever really. And the same with like the cancelled to jab 2 to rapid jab. It's all right. I mean, it's just the jab isn't just a very good move. I think if jab was to become a very good move or a good move or a move that I'd be wanting to use, it would have to be frame 4 because then at least I could say, oh, it's frame 4. Well, that actually beats out the frame 5 intangibility hitbox and puts the hitbox out first. But yeah, at the moment, jab buffs, they're whatever. I think the move just needs to be faster by a frame for it to have any sort of niche. The only really reason you would want to use jab is maybe outside, like you drag down there and jab. But you can also just do drag down, nair, up B, or down tilt, which both send further or just do more damage. So yeah, the move doesn't really have a purpose really. I think if you were to buff it, it has to be frame 4. Not that would break the character because again, frame 4 jab is kind of okay. Probably carking on the quicker side of actually things, but yeah, frame 4. But yeah, as it is, the buffs don't really help. The whip dangle, whip dangle will always be a bit of a meme move. It blocks weak projectiles, but not very consistently. Um, what would be great if it was if it transitioned from jab 1 or 2 or F tilt into the jab quicker, and it was actually reliable, because that might actually be a mix up on shield, because you could, or just like on hit, because you could do like jab 1 2 on shield and be like, oh, I'm gonna whip dangle, but there's no point, because sometimes the hitboxes just won't come out, or you'll hit them and then you'll just still get punished. The move is just it's very, very clearly supposed to be like a joke move, despite how good it is in the actual Castlevania games. The move is actually surprisingly good in the actual the NES Castlevania games. You can just sort of like whip dangle, and you got a massive area of effect, and it just hits every enemy for like massive damage. And they can't really hit you because if you're on a ledge above them. But yeah, complete meme move. I don't think any. You would have to buff it significantly to do anything. You want actually like knockback. You want knockback and probably frame neutralness or frame advantage for it to actually do anything. But yeah, as it is, just bigger hitboxes is just kind of like that's not what's wrong. It's kind of what's wrong with the move, but it's just not what's wrong with the move, and it's too much. Too much more needs to be better with it. Um, F tilt. I mean, F tilt sweet spot. Size expanded is always a nice buff. Um, if my if my recording thing would go nicely, I could probably get up the hitbox. I have no idea if I'm allowed to do that or not. Probably not. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not going to shelve it. You can go on Ultimate Frame Data if you really wanted to. Um, yeah, the sweet spot's pretty big actually. They're actually quite generous with it. I can't believe how generous they actually were. Um, it is a problem hitting the sweet. It's not a problem hitting the sweet spot. Because once you sort of play the character, you sort of know the range in your head, and you can be like, that's going to be a tipper. Um, Even on like smallish characters like Pikachu, as long as they're not like hurt box shifting. Joker is an annoying one to hit. Um, as long as they're not hurt box shifting too bad, like you can generally space the move appropriately 99 times out of 100, even on a moving target, because you don't move that fast. I think part of the problem with Marth is that he's kind of too quick for his tippers. Like you're trying to space, but your character is actually kind of fast on the ground and has got decent airspeed, so it's really difficult um to space it. But with Simon and Richter, you don't really have that problem. They kind of don't move anywhere in the air, so if you need to be like a foot to the left, you can get there with plenty of time. You've got that time, so yeah. Obviously, it's a good buff. It get bigger sweet spot, but yeah, I mean F tilt's good. It's a really good move. I think what it needs more is a bit of a knockback buff, especially on just the chain and the sweet spot in general. Just killing like 4 or 5% earlier on both would be amazing. Especially as it's only designed to kill at the edge. And the thing I get about F tilt is that your F tilt is like your neutral move. You're constantly using F tilt. So the problem with the F tilt is that it's always like stale, because most of your other moves are like really super niche. You haven't really got those like neutral moves that you can just be like, oh, I'm gonna use these ones, and this is my designated kill button. Like for example, like Bowser back air. You know, you use forward air all the time. You use flame breath up B, and then when you hit back air, you delete people because you don't use Bowser back air, because it's it's only good for like killing and or comboing out of like landing neutral air, and it will just kill then because you haven't used it. Whereas if Bowser back air was like a neutral move and you were like trying to space it like a Donkey Kong back air, then it would like lose a lot of its kill power because it will be like 3 or 4 times in the staleness queue. Because as soon as somebody like neutral gets up shield, a good way to punish them shielding is just like to F tilt. The thing is, you're staying your kill move, but you need to stay your kill move because like you can't just like falling forward air or somewhere or something, because it's just a lot more convenient to just be on the ground and do things. So the problem with F tilt is that it's a really good move and it's good at what it does, but it doesn't kill because the staleness queue. A faster pummel might be really nice. That would be characters with really good fast pummels. So underrated right now. I do not think people like appreciate how having a fast pummel is so good. Because for like pummel somebody like 3 or 4 times and then throw them, so good because you've just deleted moves out of your. But that's neither near nor there. So yeah, F tilt. I mean the buff is good. I think yeah, the buff's good, honestly. Um, Up tilt hitting in front of you, sort of like a scoop hitbox. I mean, I have some more thoughts on up tilt. I mean, it does kind of seem like it needs an identity. I don't know if a scoop hitbox makes sense with the actual hitbox itself. If you go and look at the hitbox itself, kind of doesn't make sense to have a scooping hitbox because he throws the chain straight up. There's no. I mean, you could animate it to make the chain in front of you. That could always happen, and again, that would be a nice buff. It would never kill because it just never kill. That move just does not kill. So the thing with Simon and Richter is the moves that are long lasting and have like loads of active frames don't kill, but the ones that don't have active frames kill. So like if you think of like forward tilt and back air and up smash and forward smash and down smash, they're only out for like 2 or 3 frames, but they kill. Whereas moves like neutral air and up tilt and down tilt and dash attack, they never kill because they're active for ages. And it's kind of an interesting design. They designed a few characters like this. Like Link is another one, where all of his fast moves like don't kill and are like really lagless, like neutral air and back air. But then all of his moves that are just that kill are like super slow and laggy, like forward tilt and forward air. So it's kind of an interesting design where they did it, and I like it. But I think they just needed. I think they went too far in the other direction. But I mean, having an active hitbox in front of you, if you coded the thing correctly, would be great. How much use would it have? I mean, parry up tilt would be quite nice, as it's only 2 frames slower than up B. Would be, but yeah, the move doesn't seem too much. It's a good juggling tool, but I think up tilt just either needs to kill or combo, because when they buffed, and I'm using air quotes here, you can't actually see me, but when they buffed up tilt, what they did was they increased the base knockback of the move. So basically what that does is at lower percents you go higher up, but they compensated with the knockback reduction, the knockback growth, so it doesn't actually kill. In fact, it kills later. It kills 1% later on everything else. So it's and you're like, oh, but sending them up further is better, right? Well, no, not really, because what you could do at pre-patch is you could up tilt, and they didn't go as high, so you could frame trap them with an up air, and if they air dodged, then you got a punish on the air dodge because the up air is just auto cancelable on short hop. So you could short hop up air. If they air dodged, then you could just punish them. You wouldn't get a massive punish. You get like drag down air, or you just get like a landing down tilt or something. But you could, or if you just read the air dodge outright, you just got holy water into whatever you wanted, depending on their SDI. We'll get to that. You stay tuned for that last point. Don't you dare! If you watch one part of the video, just watch the end of the video. I kid you not. But yes. So anyway, you up tilted them, and they didn't go as high, so they air dodged, and they were in tons of landing lag because they didn't go as high. But obviously, where they air quotes buffed the move, now they go higher. So when they air dodge, they don't land anymore. So they just jump away, and your punish is less because they did that. And it's such a frustrating design decision, because sometimes you could just up tilt them and charge up smash, and you're gonna hit them, and that's that was a decent damage, and it kind of killed it like mid% if you like got like the hardest of reads. But yeah, the up tilt change was not helpful. I do not like it. I do not like it. I don't understand why they made that design decision at all, and it still kills like a percent or two later overall. It was so stupid. It kills if you've never seen it. That move kills at maybe like 160 on Mario on a battlefield platform. If he's just standing on the left and right battlefield platform, you've got no rage, 160, no DI, then that will kill. I mean, Shulk's one kills at 30% earlier, and that's just in normal Shulk mode. That's not Smash Art Shulk. That's normal Shulk up tilt kills 30% earlier than Belmont's. I have no idea why this design decision happened. So let's to like reiterate, up tilt doesn't combo. It no longer frame traps as well because you go higher and they can just jump out, and it doesn't particularly kill well. The move just needs like an identity. Like the move needs something. It covers a lot, and if you like make the stupid decision to like decide to land straight on top of Simon, unbeatable, right? Because it's just so big. Imagine Byleth up smash, but with an up tilt, and it just does one hit. So yeah, up tilt generally annoys me. I don't like what they did to that move, and I don't like what they did to dash attack, and I'll get onto that later as well. But yeah, up tilt obviously having an active frame 8 and 9 would be great. You probably would never be able to combo from it because of the lag, but yeah, I mean, the problem is the end of that scoop opponents into the attack above him. It's also a one hit. It's also a one hit move. It's not a multi hit. You just up tilt. Sometimes you can. The most niche thing is you can sometimes up tilt up smash characters if they roll onto the stage. I don't know if you can hear those Discord notifications, but go away. Yeah, you can up tilt up smash certain characters, but they're always the big body ones. You can like up smash Donkey Kong if he rolls into your up tilt from ledge. But yeah, that's up tilt. I mean, good buff, but again, it doesn't save the move. I think I'd rather have it do something and be a combo move or a kill move at higher percents. But you know, yeah. Down tilt, down tilt 1 and 2. Yes, this is the funniest stuff ever. So yeah, it actually doesn't cover his whole foot, and it's so funny because half the time you hit down tilt 1 at a low percent, down tilt 2 just completely whiffs. It's so stupid. It's like the most dumb thing ever. Using that move sometimes just feels like a gamble. The whole point down tilt 1 and 2 are actually cleverly designed because if you ever see a Belmont in the corner and they down tilt 1 and 2 immediately, every character can run over there and hit them. Like even like Robin's got projectile. Even Ganondorf can run over there and get like sour dash attack. Even Incineroar can get like dash attack. I mean, you can get like forward smash if you're Sonic. Like Sonic just does not care. Even like medium characters like Falcon or Bowser can just run over there. Not actually Bowser's 25th fastest. You know, you get it. You get the idea. You can run over and punish him. The beauty of the move comes in the timing mix-ups, because a lot of the times you can just not do down tilt 2, and if they shield expecting down tilt 2, you can grab. And then if you condition to them, you just do a late down tilt 2, and they'll drop shield, and that you can get them. And if they are conditioned to wait for the delayed one, you can down to 1 and 2 immediately. And if they like mash up B or up smash out of shield, you are on the other side of the stage and you're out of the corner. So yeah, it's not too bad actually. Down to 1 and 2. I just really wish the move just connected. And I don't understand why like the whole of his bottom half is just not a hitbox. It doesn't make sense. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. The down tilt landing lag from 25 to 18, would that make a difference? I think it would make a difference on smaller, for slower characters. I think if you're like anywhere decent run speed or airspeed or have a projectile, it just doesn't make a difference. But yeah, down tilt 2 landing lag, 25 frames isn't that bad. I think it was designed that way so that you didn't just mash 1 and 2 together, because I think that would be a bit too bad. He was supposed to be fragile in the corner, and I think giving him that sort of option might be a little bit too good, but it's not going to be super broken. I mean, Mewtwo has only 20 frames on his thing, and that's not bad. So, yeah, I mean, again, decent buff. You know. Oh, dash attack. Oh, dash attack. Now, this is another move that got, and you can't see my head, buffed. So what they did is they made it send further, but then again, of course, they also compensated for the knockback, in the knockback growth. This is annoying because at mid percents, like early mid percents, like 30, maybe like 35. If you got a dash attack, you could. It wasn't a true combo, but it was a mix up. You could mix up dash attack into forward smash, and if you dash attack them off the stage, they would just die. Like, unless they were like, if they were like midweight or lower on certain stages, they would just die. Like Bowser's living, like Ridley would live, but like Mario, there's a good chance if you got some rage that they would just like die to that. But of course, in their infinite wisdom, they made dash attack send further, so that's no longer a mix up. It might be a mix up at like I don't even bother going for it anymore, to be fair, because it doesn't kill. You do like 20% on obviously this forward smash, and you don't really lose anything unless they jump. But yeah, I mean, it's annoying because the buffs we got mostly just reworked all the moves, and it just didn't make the character better. I mean, dash attack was just one of them. I've never really had. I mean, it being 2 frames faster is kind of nice, but it's never been an issue for me. Using dash attack again, 2 frames is nice. Never really had people fall out of it. In fact, it's a great anti-air. It's a great anti-air. Like, if people are landing, you can anti-air them with dash attack. You can just like run at them, and the top of the chain will clip their feet, and it will just send them away. So like, if you've got a really finicky matchup like Inkling, and you can't forward tilt them because they pancake everywhere, yeah, you can just dash attack them. Obviously, that's stupid risky. You've got to like have the read and things, but if you have the read, you can anti-air with dash attack pretty well. And obviously, I've never really seen people drop from it. Again, I kind of like the launch angle. It puts them in an awkward position. I don't think sending them more sharply would be a great benefit, because that would just make them tech. Whereas the angle, the 45-degree angle it sends at the moment, once you finish your move, they have to choose how they get down. So if they immediately plummet and like are on the ground, you can act first most of the time, and you can pressure the ground. If they jump, that's obviously a bad thing for them because they've got no resources and they've got to get down. I think sending them into tech chase would not be very good, because if you had like fast fallers, they could just tech, and depending on how long the animation is or how far they got sent, um, that could be a bit of annoying, because with the angle, it doesn't matter what the higher the percent they are, they just get flung off. The move is not killing anyway. It's just not designed to kill. It kills at like 180, maybe 190 at the ledge. It's just not supposed to be a kill move. And Belmonts aren't that great with edge guarding either. Just to the very nature of them. So the reduced angle, the sharper angle doesn't help with the edge guarding either. Like the puff forward throw just doesn't really help you there. Yeah, I kind of like the higher angle for that one, because if they decide to try and jump above you, you can up smash them, and if they the higher they are, the better, because that takes them longer to get to the ground. So I don't like that change. I think that change wouldn't be a great one. I'd be interested to hear the vision of that. But thinking of it in my head, yeah, I can't see if we are like a good edge guarding character, that could get out there super fast and like mess with people. Yeah, but I think the longer they're in the air for, the better for us, because it allows us to get things going and start pressuring and trapping the ground, which is what we're good at. Um, and yeah, well, I mean, obviously, all these things are good. More sweet spot frames means more damage, but again, you're not killing. Interrupted earlier, again, less lag on it. You know, that's super great. Yeah, overall, I don't like what they did with dash tag. I think they just should revert it, and the up tilt as well. Just revert the air quotes buffs, because it's kind of stupid how they did that. I just really want them to put it back to where I was, because the mix ups were just so much better, and it turned the moves from, oh, you can get these cool things if you're really aware and you really read your opponent, to now they just go too far to do anything, and they can just jump away, or they just drift away, or so. Yeah. F smash 2 more frames. Probably not. I mean, I think I'm not imagining people would be happy with that. 4 frames is kind of lenient for how strong that move is. I don't understand why they made this move. I don't understand Nintendo's logic, because they made the move kill at 50, fully charged, but they made Holy Water dog water, so you never get to do it. So, I mean, obviously, forward smash, I don't think needs to be changed if you want to give it more frames. I'd rather have more knockback on the sour spots, just so if you hit the move, it doesn't. Because if you don't hit the sweet spot, it just doesn't kill. It's kind of annoying. But the whole point of the character is to space it. And we're in 5 years into Ultimate now. Nobody's getting hit. Well, most people aren't getting hit by Foley Ward of F Smash at ledge. Elite Smash still haven't figured that one out. My goodness. But yeah, forward smash. Yeah. Up smash. Yo, if up smash comboed like Shulk's and Zero Suit Samus's, this character might actually be one of the best characters in the game. I mean, obviously that's a bit of a lie, but up smash is probably like the strongest up smash in the game. I know people meme about like Captain Falcon's killing early. Have you seen a max charged up smash? Probably not, but it kills ridiculously early. Like Holy Water returning cross up smash kills at like 70 reliably. Like returning cross, if I have rage and I charge it a little bit, yeah, like Bowser's like die at 70. I have, especially if you have max rage, Bowser's at risk of a dying at 70 to that move if it's even slightly charged. Do not think you want the horror of being able to combo into it. I mean, that would be obnoxious if I could call out a neutral get up and just up smash you and you die at 70. I think people would be very upset. I think the move needs a little bit of something. But yeah, I think up smash is. I don't think you can do that, NUTLORD. I love the gumption. I love the vision. But suddenly, when I'm calling out neutral get ups or spot dodges, and you're dying at 70, due to up close to a character who's supposed to be a zoner, ah man, like, damn, that is some horrifying stuff. Like, if you just couldn't DI it and you just died and you got into the tipper, because that's the thing about this move. Even the chain, like the stem of the up smash, is still really strong. There is no there's no like super sweet spot. Oh, there is a super sweet spot, but even the super sweet spot is just slightly stronger than the actual chain. What I tend to do when I get people in holy water, and I don't think F Smash is going to kill, is I just run over and charge up Smash, and they get hit by like pretty much my hand, and that kills. Like my armpit is a strong hitbox, and people die at 90 from that, and I only charge it a little bit. If you comboed into the tipper, they're probably dying at 70 on Battlefield platform. Like I could just up smash raw with a little bit of charge, and characters would drop. So I mean, yeah, I love them. I love the vision. I love the gumption, but I'm not entirely sure people would like that. Um, less lag was always quite nice, obviously, but yeah. Down smash knockback, you can't argue with that. I mean, I don't particularly tend to use down smash. I can't remember. I don't really see a lot of the value in it. I mean, obviously it's frame 14, hits both sides. It's actually kind of strong. They buffed it in the patch that they did. They actually made it stronger, which is quite nice. It doesn't hit ledge hang, which is annoying. So you have to kind of like, it's mostly resolved for reading rolls at get up. When people roll off ledge, but again, it's a high risk, high reward move, and I think it could use a little bit of buff. But yeah, it's not crazy in the grand scheme. It's no wolf down smash. I think I fully charged and killed Giggles at like 90 once because he rolled on and I down smashed him. But outside of that, again, down smash isn't really a move I use, because again, if you miss the down smash, then you might as well you've lost. Really, it's a gamble. So I don't tend to use it. But frame 14 hitbox isn't that bad. It's only like 2 frames faster than forward tilt, so in the grand scheme of things, not terrible. More buffs, more power. Why not? Nah, being a frame faster, kind of nice. Still not great as an out of shield option. Still you're looking at generally like up B still as your sole thing. You can parry foot still down there, but I'm not good at it. And then you've just got grab as your frame 14 out of shield. Oh dear. Oh my gosh. Some characters can drop shield and just down smash faster than frame 14. Holy cow. But yeah, frame 14, frame 10 out shield. But the thing is, it only hits tall characters. You'll hit like a Sephiroth with it. You're never hitting like a Pikachu with it. You might be very lucky and hit like a Mario with it. But if you're, you can refer to my matchup video chart. When's the last time a Mario's doing a -10 move on your shield? Probably never. So, I mean, it's just not a great out of shield option. The hit, but the reward for landing rising nair isn't that great, to be fair. You can sometimes get platform tech chases. But yeah, it's just not worth it. You'd rather just use up B if you can, or just get out of the situation. But again, cancelling neutral air out of short hop fast fall, yeah, I mean it cancels on regular short hop, which is something I like to bait people with, because if I think somebody's good thing about neutral air is if you can use it to call out a jump in, and if you miss on the jump in, sometimes you can just land in front of them, just outside, like, or just land in front of them actually and not touch their shield, and if you could just spot dodge, and most mid-level players will just grab, and it's just like it's so big brained, but at the same time it's so not. He has so little lag on a lot of his moves because everything like auto cancels. But yeah, I mean, obviously a faster run would happen. Would it be great if he could auto cancel it out of a short hop fast fall? I mean, it's a buff. How good would it be? I mean, like you might be able to fish for short hop, landing neutral air mix ups, but the reward you get out of them isn't that massive anyway. But you know, a buff's a buff. Forward air startup, you know, you can't. Same with back air. You know, it's always a great if they come out quicker. I think they are not quicker because they're tied to frame data from the original games. So F tilt is frame 12 in the original like Simon Castlevania, and I think they did the same thing with forward air and back air, which is why they're both frame 14. So that's why our airspeed is so bad, because it's canonically like referenced to the games. So they haven't changed the airspeed. So they move like this in the games. Um so yeah, sweet spot knockback growth is great, I guess. The thing about forward air is it doesn't kill. It's like Ness's forward throw. Sends you further at lower percents, but it stops becoming a kill move. But it's a great edge guarding tool. Whereas back air is obviously your back throw, so it just kills earlier. It starts killing most lightweights at about 90% of the edge of the stage, and probably kill Bowser at like 110, 115. And you want to keep back air fresh because obviously it's your kill move. But that's difficult when forward air is kind of cumbersome to use at neutral. It's a lot easier having your back facing somebody in neutral for some reason. So yeah, I mean the buffs are buffs. You know, they won't change the character. I think these quality of life improvements are good, but the thing is like there's nothing changing the character. Like there's nothing fixing the flaws of the character. All you're doing is kind of slightly improving the character, but the character's got like so many issues. It's like difficult, but I appreciate it nonetheless. This one though, being able to grab the ledge from the blast zone, I chuckled when I saw this. Do you know how unkillable we probably actually would be if this happened? Imagine you just get hit and you're just like, man, I don't want to deal with getting edge guarded. You just down air straight to the blast zone, and then you just tether from so far away. That would be actually insane. I can't. Again, I love the buff. Like, that's such a wild buff, but like, from the blast zone? Oh, wow. I mean, it would stop me dying once I flipping neutral air dodge in past ledge for some reason. Oh, you know that pain if your character can't make it back. Up air hitting the ledge. I don't use up air to recover. I hate it. It works, but then there's always that inkling of like, but what if it doesn't work? I'll always up B or just like tether horizontally or like diagonally if I can. But yeah, up air I've never really used. I think if you gave it a little bit more of vertical range, that might be pretty good. I'd be down for that. To the blast zone? I'm just gonna like mash down air straight past the ledge and be like, up tether. I can't edge guard him. Oh. The thing is, this is like one of the biggest sort of myths about people who just don't play the character. The recovery on Simon and Richter is actually pretty good. I know it's not like min levels of recovery, or actually ours is better than min's actually. It's kind of funny. It's not by leftovers recovery of tether, but we also have an up B, whereas Byleth doesn't have an up B that he can use. If he gets hit out of his tether, he's just dead. We can actually use up B to fend ourselves off, so we're less gimpable than Byleth, despite our things going less far. The problem with Simon and Richter is their airspeed, because similar to Ganondorf, if you just get knocked off too far, you have to use your neutral air dodge, and if the other players awake and had their Cheerios that morning, they will see it, and if their character has any sort of airspeed, they'll just go out and just tap you. And you don't have to kill, you just have to stop the momentum, which is why a character like Joker Gun, so oppressive off stage, because if they just pre-patch, they would just like jump halfway off the stage and down gun. and then you would be in the blast zone and your left toe would get like poked by a bullet and you would just die because all your momentum just immediately stops and you just couldn't make it back. So the problem isn't like the recovery. The recovery in terms of the up B and the tether is actually pretty good. He's got a lot of mix. And it's difficult, can be difficult to edge guard him. Not that it can be easy. But yeah, he's actually got quite a lot of mix, but the problem is the airspeed. The airspeed kills him because, like I said, if you just get sent too far, you have to air dodge in, and then some characters just hit you and you just die. You just cannot make it back because of the airspeed. But recovery wise, it's not too bad, which is why the optimal thing to do with Simon and Richter when you're being hit and off stage is to DI up and in. Because as soon as you DI up and in, the higher you are, the more mix you have over your recovery, and you will generally make it back. But yeah, sometimes like harsh angles, like puff forward throw is like a killer at past 60% because you just don't have the mix to make it back. But up air, doing it from the blast zone, I'd be able to actually, I'd be able to win that matchup. I'd put it in +1 now. Because they puff forward throws, you just immediately forward air to stop them coming back. No, you axe, and then you double jump left or right towards stage, and then you up air and tether to ledge. And then they just play the guessing game of, well, when does he reel in? Because the insta reel is really quick, and the tether swing helps as well. And obviously up air sweet spot. That's the annoying, and that up air kills fine. The problem is just landing up air. It's not the easiest move to hit because it's just so thin. Ledge tethering to frame 7. I'm down for it. I'm happy with that. Do I think it's needed? I've never really thought about it. Being able to insta tether in 7 frames. I'm assuming it's like 7 frames from when you press the forward air button. In which case, I don't really think that makes much of a difference because you can just mix anyway. You just mix your timing. If you wanted to do it 6 frames later, you could. I don't know. You could do it. It's a buff. I don't want to delete this. Yeah, it's a buff. I'll take it, but I don't think it's necessarily solving anything. Down air, bouncing off walls and slopes. Struggling to think what competitive stage this helps us on. Kalos maybe, but I'm not entirely sure. I've never played a legal set on Kalos in about 2 years because it's by far and away Simon's worst stage. Bouncing off a slope, I'd rather just eat the lag if I'm honest. Because there's nothing. Can you imagine if you're like shielding, if opponent's shielding, you miss the down air and then you like bounce off the slope, and then in all of that bouncing off lag, they just go forward air and you die. At least if you touch the ground and you eat below the landing lag, you get your double jump back. Not too sure on that one. I'll think about it some more. If I change my mind, I'll let you know. Sweet spot increased. Yeah, you can't go wrong with them. Easier to hit. Again, it's not one of those things that's the end of the world. It makes it easier to hit, but it's still kind of easy to hit at the moment. It's not too difficult. Again, even on like characters, unless you're like talking about the smallest of characters, like it's not too hard to hit. Like even on a character like Lucina or like Wolf, it's kind of easy to hit the sweet spot. It's just one of those things you just get good at doing once you're playing the character and you do it so much. You sort of just visualize where they are, where you need to be, and where your aerial will go. So yeah, again, good buff, but kind of a quality of life thing. Grab speed. Now, grab speed. I I can't fathom. I just don't understand why this character got shafted with a frame 10 grab. I get the whole they're mid-range zoners, they're supposed to suck up close, but you give them a frame 6 up B anyway. And then you give them a frame 10 grab on one of the slowest characters in the game, and then you give them like terrible range with it. Who was like I've had to listen to for the last 5 years Cloud players being like, oh, the Cloud's grab's the worst in the game. He gets no reward. I'm like, shut up, shut up. Your Cloud gets so much reward off grab because you're always conditioning people to shield, and when you tomahawk them, and you're like, oh, I'm going to smash my safe back air. Oh no, I've grabbed you. Oh, I've thrown you off stage, pummeled twice because I got good pummel, so I'll unstale my back air because I've used it 17 times in neutral, and then I'll throw you off stage, and guess what that allows you to do? Charge limit, and that's your win condition. You charge limit, and then the next time they grab the ledge, you have limit, and now they die at 80 because you just go, I'm going to mash back air again, and I'll wait for you to panic option, and then I will side B you, and you will die at 80 because I am Cloud Strife. No, but quality, it's so shut up. You're Cloud. You don't need to grab. Your grab your whole point of your grab is that you condition people to shield, and you can up throw them for juggles. You pump them off stage to charge your limit, which is your win condition. I can't. I'm so tired of Cloud players whining about their grab. Oh, but it's frame 9. Mine's frame 10. Frame 10, boy. And my grab sucks. Its range is worse than yours, and my character moves like molasses. My dash grab is frame 13. Frame 13? You must be like in a coma to be grabbed by a Belmont dash grabbing at you. In fact, what you should do, if you ever get dash grabbed by a Simon player or a Richter player, why don't you go ahead and go on that little what's the reaction speed test with the little sheep? You got to press the space bar. Why don't you go and see how bad your reactions are? Like, it is a miracle that this character, I get so many forward throw kills, because I'm conditioning people to shield, and I'm still getting it as a character who moves as though he's, like, weighed down by, like, all of the axes in his pocket. Also, why isn't axes on there? That's the only buff you gave it? Anyway, he moves so slowly. His grab is so bad. Like, he makes Ike's grab look good. Like, even at least Ike has a frame 7 grab. My grab is it's like the worst in the game, because at least Greninja's pivot grab is massive, and Zelda's grab is massive too. Have you seen he grabbed? So this is what's wrong with Simon's grab, right? Right? You've opened the can of worms. You've opened it. Because Simon is so tall, because he's like a massive Chad, because he works out and stuff, like killing vampires and stuff. He's like 6'2", like me, and so the programmers were like, well, if he grabs normally, as in like, just reach your arm out in front of you at arm level and grab, right? Pit can do that, and he will, because he's such a little manlet, he will grab Pikachu just standing. Because Pit is like 4'3", and he can just grab Pikachu. But if Simon were to do that, he can't actually grab Pikachu. And they rectified this problem on a lot of other characters, like Ganondorf, by just giving them like a hitbox below the grab. So it's like, yes, you are like reaching out in front of you, but like the grab goes down to your like your shin or something, so you can grab Pikachu. But if you ever seen Simon grab, go on Ultimate Frame Data and look at his standing grab. Look how awkwardly he grabs. He kind of like scrunches his knee up and like grabs where his knee is. It's like he has to do that in order to grab Pikachu and other small characters. And that's why his grab is so bad. I mean, look at it. He grabs where his waist is. I good. Are you kidding me? He like contorts his whole body to grab like that. And look at the range. It's so bad. Like, there's more grab inside of the box than there is outside of the box. Like, like Pitt just gets to get away with it because he could just grab normally. He could just grab at like shoulder level and grab Pikachu because he's so small. But as a tall character, I'm penalised. He's not even extending his arm. He looks like he's got like a giant teddy bear or like a smoothie in his arm, like in between like the little triangle, and he's like trying to drink this. He's not even like. He's not even He's not even grabbing. He's just like not even extending his arm properly. Like, what kind of grab is that? Like, it's such an embarrassment. And you gave that to a slow character. And you made it frame 10. I can't believe it. He's got a worse grab than Little Mac. He's got a worse grab than Little Mac. Do you know what the funny part about all of this is? The real funny part about all of this is his grab game is actually kind of decent. It's not even that bad. Like, down throw doesn't even combo into forward air at true combo. It just kind of looks true. It's people don't air dodge it though, because if you air dodge it, you just get punished anyway. I'm sorry, I'm just watching Simon. Look at that grab range. Oh my days. Oh goodness me. Oh. Anyway, his grab game isn't even that bad. He does actually have an up throw up air, like a booyah, that actually does kill, but it's like super frame type perfect. Like, you've got like 2 frames and then they can air dodge. And so you've got to grab them, up throw them, and then follow their DI and do a full hop up air. And then depending on percents and get out of jail free cards, like, it doesn't work on Mithra because foresight. But yeah, you can actually up throw up air at like 70-80%, and it's like a true combo on a lot of the cast, and it just kills. I managed to do it in like training mode, but never managed to hit it in the real life because people DI funky. It's so annoying. Like, you'll have them at the edge of the stage, and you'll be like, oh, they're gonna DI in there because of forward throw, but no, they DI out, and you cover DI in, and it's like, why did you DI out? Anyway, down throw. If they DI down throw in, you can get like you can get IRA back air, and that can kill at like 60. But again, that relies on your opponent DIing in like a fool. Forward throw obviously kills like 140-ish, depending on rage. Back throw is an atrocious throw. It just kind of exists. It's not even a kill throw. It's just a kill that. It's a throw that kills. I saw the knockback growth go up, so I think it should. Why not? If you're giving that character frame 10 grab, I'd want that grab to do everything for me. Oh, why does Snake get a down throw that can potentially kill you at 100% off a down throw, rock paper scissors, and that's frame 8? And he's a super heavy kind of. He's heavier than I am, and his is frame 8, and mine's frame 10. Why do characters need a frame 10 grab? Do you know how I would fix these? Boom, Belmont's frame 8 grab. Because actually, the good thing about making a grab frame 8 is that drag down neutral air into grab is actually then a true combo. It's annoying because drag down neutral air into up B and down tilt is true, but grab is a mix up. I've had it sometimes where I've dragged somebody down with neutral air, gone to grab them, and they've got like a frame 2 jab, and they just mashing jab, and I get jabbed for it, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry for trying to be clever, because you could do something like hit a down air, drag down neutral air, grab, up throw up air as like a really cool like mix up as like a kill sequence. But no, they can, if they just spot dodge or just hit any button that's faster, then it doesn't work. So I understand that. They could just buff the neutral air hit stun and make that happen. Alternatively, they could just give me a frame 8 grab like flipping Snake could, or like Wario, or like any other like remotely decent character. And then actually Clouds might have a shot at having the worst grab in the game. But if anybody says that Cloud has a worst grab in the game, please show them this video. Just direct them to their segment, and I will happily tell them what an inconsiderate top tier idiot that they are. Because that Clouds deserve no sympathy. Don't get me wrong, they deserve no sympathy. So the next time somebody complains about Cloud Grab, show them this and slap them in the face, because that's what they deserve. But yes, having a having a standing frame 8 grab would be great. Because obviously it comes with all the other perks of having it. It makes it makes drag down neutral air a lot better. So yeah, and I just don't think we deserve it. Like, give Greninja a frame 9, give Zelda a frame 8. Why have a frame 10? Like, it just doesn't make sense. It's so arbitrary. It's like when they decided to make jump squats for Melee, and they were like, we'll have a frame 3 jump squat, give some characters frame 4 jump squat, some characters frame 5 jump squat, some characters a frame 6 jump squat, and Bowser you get like a frame 8 jump squat or something. I know that they like purposely made Bowser's jump squat like 2 frames slower than everybody else's. It was like 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. And 8 is Bowser. And then they made like Giga Bowser frame 5. Like, what are they smoking? Like, what? I don't ask for much with the game design, do I? Like, oh. Anyway. Back throw, yeah. Up throw base knockback strengthened. As sort of discussed earlier, that would kind of ruin the up throw up air setups. But again, if you don't know that about the character, you might just think that having a kill throw would be great. But actually, if you're skilled enough and your opponents kind of sleep at the wheel, and you can actually get up throw up air, and you get a few more bits off of it. So I do not like the up throw base knockback change, as discussed previously. Make down throw weaker. Again, yeah, but the problem is with that, you just get like down. You might just run into the problem of you're at 60, you down throw forward air, and then all of a sudden, because of the forward air buff, your character just explodes at 60 off a frame 8 grab. So I think in terms of like fairness, just don't bother with the up and down throw. Just do forward and back, leave up and down as they are at the moment. Oh boy, cross launch angles. Don't change anything with cross launch angles. I'm just gonna go. No. I don't want, after 5 years. I don't want anybody messing with cross launch angles. Like, it's a science as to where people go and what combos you can get and what routes you go. Please do not launch. No. I appreciate it, but no, thank you. The launch angle, yes, that definitely needs to be changed. It just needs to be more sharp, as in it needs to go more horizontally, because if you just DI it down and away, you just never die. Like, I've had like Pichus live at 160 if they just DI down and away. It's just really bad at killing. It would just never kill a good player. I think they made it so that because down air up B is a thing, they didn't want it to be too broken. But yeah, it just needs a little bit of an up thing. I think the knockback growth strengthen on the ground would be better, because I can see it running into a problem where you just get the 0 to deaths, although SDI and things. But yes, I think if you're just going to buff the launch angle, that's great. But if you're going to change the knockback growth, it should be on the ground only, so somebody just can't keep touching my shield and just living over and over and over and over again. Like Fox neutral air, parry, up B. Oh, you're 180. Oh, you're still alive. But yeah, definitely ground only. Otherwise, if you get like returning cross up B with all of these buffs, you might just die at 60. And that because don't forget, it's like it's like Thrapper. It drags you up with it, and it drags you further up than Thrapper does. So it just keeps dragging you closer to the last zone. So that's the only problem with the aerial one. So I'll add that caveat in. But if you're gonna have, I'll take it. You know, it'll be broken, but I love it. And this is. Do you know what? This is the only thing that I want. This is the only thing that I want. And this, I have no words for some of the things they decided to do in this game. And sometimes after playing good players like Giggles and Owl and Bloom, and I'll do this like Giga Brain thing, right? Where they're coming down, and then I'll jump at them, and I'll bait like I'm going to do a forward air, and they'll air dodge. And then I'll throw holy water onto a platform, and they'll land on the platform in the fire. And I feel like that moment in Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Where they, like, it's Yugi and Kaiba in the Colosseum, and Yugi plays the card, and then Kaiba's like, "You triggered my trap card! Power balance!" And you're like, "Oh snap, he was prepared." I feel like that moment all the time. I'm like, not only did I set up this beautiful sequence, I also baited you into air dodging and perfectly got you into my win condition. Because don't forget, after all of these things, forward tilt, forward air, getting to the ledge trapping, the win condition, apart from just mercilessly beating your opponent with whip until they're at 130 and killing them, is you get them in the holy water. Because the holy water and cross is what allows you to kill early. That's the extra dimension to the game plan. Because they decided not to let you to edgeguard because you fall like a stone and you can't edgeguard particularly well, given that your gravity is so high and that your jumps are so low, so you can't edgeguard particularly well. So they decided to go all in on this ledge trapping thing. So your trump card is holy water, right? And loads of characters have got these trump cards. Like, you can name most characters and they've got like that one move that's like better than everything else. Like the move that's dangerous. You know, you've got their other moves which are good, but this move is dangerous. And this dangerous move is holy water for Richter and Simon. Right? It's like Arcfire for Robin. It's like TNT or like Minecart for Steve. Because if you ever get hit by Minecart, you die. Or like it's Banjo's Wonderwing or Terry's Go or whatever. You know, you get the idea. There's this move that it's riskier or like there's counterplay to it. But if you get hit by that thing, then you're kind of in a bit of trouble. But here's the thing with this kind of move, right? You go into this situation where I've described earlier, and I've done this hundreds of times. You can check every Giggles VOD, every Owl VOD, the one versus Bloom at Brentwood Brawl 3. I hit these people with holy water. I trap them in it. It should just be good games, right? It should just be good games. If you get up into neutral holy water, if you neutral get up into holy water, you should eat a smash attack. You should eat a smash attack, right? If you neutral get up into Samus's bomb, you should eat a charge shot. You're stupid. Don't do that, okay? Think of another option. If you get hit by Steve Minecart at 80 and you die, stop getting hit by Steve Minecart. I'm talking about the hit bot there, the command grab bot. It's not the actual beginning of it. Of course I had to specify that, right? If you get hit by, like, the Rob Zero to Deaths, I mean, that's fair enough if everybody gets hit by that. If you get hit by Zero Suit Down Smash, stop getting hit by Zero Suit Down Smash. But here's the thing. I hit these people with this move on the platforms, and I run under and try and up smash, and they just wiggle out and go away. And that's it. I'm like, but why is that it? Why have I decided? Why has Sakurai decided that this character should have all of these tools and then give them this X factor that just doesn't work against people who can wiggle a stick? I understand SDI should be a thing, but why is it that I get hit by down smash on Zero Suit Samus and I'm just getting hit by boost kick? Why can't I SDI out of that? Right? Why is it then when I get hit by Roy down tilt, I've got a 33% chance of just eating a side B or a forward smash and dying at 70? Why is it that I have a near 1 in 8 chance of just dying to Kazuya's Electric Wind Godfist? Why is it that Snake gets a C4, which is so much better than this move, and you don't get to SDI this? And I'm just like, I don't understand why I hit these players. I got them into my trump card, and they don't get hit by the follow-up smash attack. And people are always like, well, you can't do that, it's too broken. But why is it too broken? It can't be too broken in casuals because nobody cares about casual play. People get hit by people think K-Rool and Little Mac are good in casual play. We can't be balancing around casual play. Why is it that the hitbox shrinks over time and has like a 1.3 times SDI multiplier? If you SDI it properly, you should just never get smash attacked. And that's the X Factor. That's the real crux of the problem that Richter and Simon players face. You can just get out of the fire, and then our huge smash attacks, which we got, which are supposed to be our trump cards, don't work. And that's the problem with this character. If you had one fix for this character, don't make Holy Water shrink over time, remove the SDI multiplier, that's it. Do the same for Arcfire, for Robin, because it just makes sense. Why is it that I have to preemptively DI a jab back air? I have to really be on it, otherwise I die. Or they can just decide to use neutral air 1 and forward smash, and I die anyway. Or like Lucina has neutral air forward smash. Or Corrin has like landing forward air, double jump pin, and you die. Or double jump Dragon Fang shot, and you die. Or like Wolf has like loads of confirms into like back air. He has like landing forward air, shine back air, and you die at like 80. Why do these characters at the top get so many broken, ridiculous kill confirms that they can just fish for over and over again? Yet my low tier cannot get one move that does what it's supposed to do. Now, I know I'm super biased about this, and yes, you came to this channel. Goodness knows why you clicked on this video. God knows why you are here at this present time. What unfortunate decisions did you make to click on this video and be here probably an hour later? I have no idea how long I've been ranting for. God bless NUTLORD for doing this, by the way. Thank you very much. But it just doesn't make sense. The most you get out of Holy Water is probably like a forward air or a back air against better players. But that doesn't help. What niche do his smash attacks then have, right? I don't get what this character is supposed to do if your whole trump card is null and void, right? If people get up into Holy Water, you have conditioned them to neutral get up, and I hit them with Holy Water. I should be rewarded for my conditioning. I should be rewarded for them making a play that I want them to play, because they could have jumped. I understand if they hit their, if they get hit by like the side of the flames, that's fine, right? But in the example given, and I really wish I was better with technology, because I would absolutely show you this, and I would absolutely absolutely exasperates me sometimes. Like, I go through all of these big brain plays, I bait people into air dodging, I throw the holy water, and I don't have time to run under and hit them with an up smash. Because I outplayed the opponent. I conditioned them, I baited them. I'm using these high artist thinking skills in Smash, but I'm not getting the reward. I could just play Snake and ask them and they air dodge, and I could just press down B and they would die. Why is this character non-functioning at times? Why is this move? And I'm not even going to get into the fact that it's an item and everything else, because I could be here for months and years. This generally is the rantings of somebody who's been locked in an asylum for 5 years and now has a voice that he can use. I don't understand why this move just doesn't work. Like, we have to read how you're going to get out of the fire in order to kill you. What kind of move is that? What minor move says like, oh, by the way, you hit this move? Oh, by the way, you're going to have to read how they get out of this, by the way. And if you're not 100% sure on the punish, you could settle for a back air, which will kill at 110, 105 at the ledge. Or you could, like, risk it all on the forward smash, but if they can wiggle the stick, kind of, like most good players can, you're just never going to kill them. And then it's like, well, I've got to play dodgy neutral with a character who just explodes out of one hit because they've got terrible airspeed, they're tall, they're the perfect weight for comboing, and they've got a terrible recovery. It literally is like you spend your whole life saving for a home, and you build it next to an active volcano. And you're just like, well, this is great. And it's great until the volcano decides to erupt and they get out of your holy water, and now you are proverbially screwed. So, like, yes, if there was one whole single change that would just make this character better overall, it would 100%, unequivocally, no doubt in my mind, be just make holy water unSDIable. And if you have a problem with that, may I refer you to the slew, the plethora, the myriad, the absolute multitude of absolutely broken-brained kill confirms in this game that are wielded by the top 50 characters. Like, pick any character in the top 50 that has a brain-dead kill confirm. Like, it's actually ridiculous. I got heated there, and do you know what? It's about time. People need to hear this, and really, I just really want to know if there's a way I can save this little bit of audio, because this could be just like a topic by itself, but like, calm. Yeah, anyway, thank you to NUTLORD, who made this. I really, really appreciate this. I'll fire this to you in the comments. Please don't feel like you've got to listen to all of this, by the way. I really actually enjoyed making this. I'm actually just really enjoying making YouTube videos as well. I just like to rant about Smash. I really do. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening. Yeah, thank you very much. And obviously I'll continue with the Belmont guys. The matchup chart, the melee one will come out soon, and then the brawl, and then the ultimate. Quality check is not dead, but it's kind of like struggling to find people to do it. So in the meantime, you can just listen to me rant on about whatever I want. I've actually got a few. I need to contact Wu and ask him if I could borrow his services. He's kind of good with all of these things, and he's good with transitions and things. Yeah. Anyway, laters.